everybody, it's Carrot with Carrot Creates, and welcome back to my channel. So you are currently in my WIP corner. This is my rocking chair where I do a lot of crocheting, a lot of knitting. And today we're gonna go on a WIP tour. It is October 17th, which means that Christmas gifts are in full swing. I do not usually have this many WIPs, but you can't work around people's gifts around them anyways. So I've got like 40 gifts started. I don't just go like in a straight line. You're gonna go on a cutesy little WIP tour, partially because I kind of need to get a feel for what all I have going on right now, and partially because I thought it might be fun for you guys, and maybe you'll relate to having like 40 things going on. So let's go ahead and get started. So the oldest WIP that I have in this corner is a temperature blanket. This temperature blanket is in October. It is in October of 2022. It is in October of 2022. This temperature blanket I started in like July of 2022 because I really got into like Hollyana's channel, and I was like, I don't know if you guys know her, but I was like, oh my goodness, her temperature blanket is so cool. I need to make one. And I decided that I was gonna make it as wide as my full mattress. So a full-size mattress. And the rows were gonna be do you see that double crochet? I was insane. I really looked at this and said, yeah, 365 rows of double crochet is gonna be absolutely great. I really think that's a great idea. I definitely think I should do that. So then, because I was using cheap yarn, I used the Great Value brand yarn, or I guess it's Mainstays. And they changed my color lot for my pink, which is my hottest color. And so I had to wait like 6 months to get it, so that pushed me into 2023, and by that point I just kind of put it off, and finally I got some more pink, and then it was no longer the same color. And I'm not having a fun time. They also changed my blue. You can't tell it as well, but this used to have like a bit of a shimmer to it, almost like a sheen, and now it's very dull. It's not the same. We'll finish this eventually, not this year. My goal at the start of the year was actually to finish that, and that is not gonna happen. So it's fine. I might finish it before I go off to college. Maybe. Okay, I guess while we're on blankets, let's just go blankets down the line, okay? This is my trash blanket. I always have one of these going on. It's just like some pattern using scrap yarn. So it's corner to corner. I have started the return on it, so I am like closing this. This will get done. But again, it's scrap, and so I just always have a scrap project going on. I started doing that a few years ago to try and cull my yarn stash. I'm well aware this yarn stash is never gonna get culled. I just need you to understand that. It's bad. While we're on blankets, let's just keep going blankets. Okay, this is actually, got some yarn in here. This is actually the first Christmas gift we have in this pile. This is a big, massive houndstooth blanket for my dad. He is a huge Alabama fan, and if you don't know anything about Alabama, like houndstooth is kind of like, it's kind of a thing. Bear Bryant, just Google that and you'll know. It'll be fine. I promise you'll be okay. I'm so sorry that you lived a horrible life and you are entirely uneducated. I do apologize. Anyway, I'm mostly kidding. Also, I'm getting over being sick. I had COVID, and then I had some weird bacterial infection that my office calls the super strep. And then I got hand, foot, mouth. So I'm not having a fun time. I work in kids ministry, can you tell? It's a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna fold this up and then move on to, I'll figure out what I'm moving on to. Okay, I just picked up the thing sitting right by my rocking chair. So this is another Christmas gift. This is for a woman in my life who is a lot like a grandmother to me. I have lost all of my grandparents, and Miss Vicky, if you're watching, sign off. This is your Christmas gift. Is very much like a grandmother to me, and I love her very much. So I'm making her a set of washcloths with some embroidered design. So this one has a snowflake. I've been working on that. I usually, for tapestry crochet, I usually do like single crochet as the color, but I decided to cross stitch on top of a white single crochet panel, and I think I like it more. I like it quite a lot. It takes longer, but it's cleaner. The back doesn't look cleaner, but the back of any tapestry crochet is never gonna be clean. I've just accepted this. So I am using this old like vintage book of patterns of cross stitching patterns that I found in my grandmother's stuff. She used to cross stitch. So the other one that I'm doing, if I can find it, is a like tree with a wreath around it. I can't. Oh, I did find it. Here we go. That's the one I'm doing. I don't know how well you can see this. Probably not very well, let's be so for real. But tree and wreath, that's the other one that I'm gonna be doing. So yeah, that's this project. Where are we on? That was project 4. We're on to project 5. This is not a Christmas gift. This is a personal WIP. This is like my only knitted WIP. I think it's my only knit WIP right now, which is sad, but I'm not good enough at knitting yet to feel comfortable doing it for Christmas gifts. This is, I got this yarn on clearance. This is the like ice cream, I forget the brand, but you know, like the big ones that are like ice cream themed. I got this one on clearance, like the big one, for like $2.99 at my local Michael's, and I got like 3 or 4. I do not need that many to make a sweater. I need you to understand that. But I did get 3 or 4 so I could have freedom to do whatever with them. And I have decided to make a sweater. So this is just, I'm just freehanding this. Let's see if I can spread it out. This is the start of Le Sweater. It's a little bunched up. It'll be a little bit bigger than that, but I didn't want it super baggy. All my sweaters are like really baggy, so I wanted it a little less baggy. And I just did like some ribbing, and then I'm just doing a stockinette stitch, and I'll just do like, you know, square panel sweater, and then sew it all together, and probably crochet like a neckline. I do that a lot. I make like a knitted thing, and then I crochet like a neckline or a bottom to it. It's just what I do. It's just what I do, because I'm not really great at freehanding knitting. But I'm also not good at reading knitted patterns, so it doesn't work out very well for me most of the time. I think this is technically a project. It's a project bag, so we're gonna open it together and figure out what's in here. Oh, I know what this is. I was really confused for a second. So, my sister's Christmas gift, I changed course. It was originally going to be a giant turtle that had a bunch of, this is the shell of said giant turtle, the started shell. It's really pointy for some reason. I guess I was planning to fix that with blocking, I'm not really sure. Giant turtle shell, okay. Giant turtle that held a bunch of mini turtles that all had like different colored dots on their bellies, and then you played like a matching game with them. And then I decided my sister is turning 10 this year, and that's a little bit young for her. And she has some other interests that I think she'd like better. So I completely switched gears in October for a Christmas gift for her, after I had an entire giant Walmart baggie of miniature turtles. Anyways, I'm not getting into that. That's a whole, and so now I don't know what to do with this bag of miniature turtles that don't have faces yet. It's a whole thing, but you can go there. That'll probably get frogged. I love amigurumi because you just get a bag of like body parts sticking out everywhere. It's kind of funny. And there's like yarn sticking out of this bag. This is not a clean bag. This is the portion where if my best friend, you know who you are, is watching this, sign off. Thank you very much. Okay, so I am going to cover the color work of this because it's a cute little lion wearing a sweater that has the college that she goes to. So I'm coloring the cover work on that to keep her privacy. But he's a cute little lion. a little stuffed animal. And he has no arms yet, but he does have a sweater that's kind of like, it's kind of junky. It needs some work. It's in the rough stage, okay? It's in the rough stage. So that is project number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 6 or 7. Don't. Okay, I think this is the last Christmas gift. Yes, I think it's the last one. So, this is my sister's Christmas gift. And for a little bit of backstory, when I was 8, maybe 9, I really liked this YouTuber called Mariah Elizabeth. I'll put a picture of her channel right here. Let's hope I actually remember to do this in editing so I don't look stupid. And I loved her because she did a lot of arts and crafts stuff. And my sister discovered the same YouTuber when she was about 5 or 6. And so every Friday we watch her videos together. And she makes a lot of like cool characters in her art. It's very cute. It's very wholesome. And she has this family of derpy dinos. And I decided, how about October 1st, I change my gift idea completely and make my sister a family of derpy dinos. How about I do that? It's actually coming along very well. So I have one completed right here. His name is Pickle. He's so cute. I love him so much. I'm not an amigurumi person, okay? My amigurumi is not the greatest that you'll ever see in your life. I use like a base dino pattern and then I just like made him look like Pickle. I added spine, so I used the base dino pattern does not have the spine. I just did like a shell stitch on the surface to add a spine. And then I added all his sprinkles. It's not the best amigurumi you'll ever find, but she will love it and it's adorable. It is cute. I love him so much. And then we also have the whole huge bag of yarn is just like the 1,000 different colors for sprinkles and stuff. But we have his cousin. We have his cousin Derp. So I've got one eye embroidered that's a little messy that I gotta kind of fix. And then I've got the other eye, like I've got a placeholder so that I can go back and embroider it. And then I've got his sprinkles. He's a cute little feller. I love him too. They're all cute. And I do think I have Cousin Burp started in here somewhere. I do! The start of Burp. Yeah. So, I will keep you guys updated on that. It's probably my favorite project that I have right now. I do take a lot of breaks from it though because the embroidery for the face, I'm using thread. So it's all tiny and I had to take a really long break from it when I got hand, foot, mouth from one of my kids in nursery because my hands were like all painful and now they're mostly better. All right, let's move on. I think the next one is under my bed, maybe? You know it's bad when it legitimately was under your bed. Okay, so there's 2 projects in one in this bag. Okay, I thrifted some really great wool cotton blend. It's very, very nice. Let me see. 75% Virginia grown cotton, 25% American raised merino wool. It is. Ugh. Sistari Sheep and Wool Company, if you want to go support them. It's a fingering weight yarn, and I am making, let me see, do I have any of it sewn together? Oh yes, I do. Perfect. I'm making a nice little like granny square, just top. That's the back. It's just a cool kind of granny square, and I'm making a top. It's gonna be very like baggy and loose and whatever. I've been working on that for a little while, but it's been put down for a while, but it's not difficult to come back to. It'll be fine. But that is one that I'm working on. That is a mess. That is one that I'm working on that has definitely gotten put aside for like Christmas gifts and stuff. So this will probably sit under my bed for several more months before I pick it up. Honestly, it might get done in time for spring. I don't know. And then, this is in the same bag, I made a little star blanket. I was going to crochet a lovey for my children's pastor. He just had a baby. And I was like, let me crochet them a lovey. And so I did the star blanket, which is pretty easy, but then the top of the lovey is amigurumi, and amigurumi takes me forever because I'm not good at it. And I realized it's senior year, it's August, I've gotta make Christmas gifts, and also I've gotta graduate. I don't have time. I don't have time for that many WIPs. I just don't. So it got shoved under my bed. We'll see what happens to it. We're not quite sure what's gonna happen to it yet. It might be like a 1-year birthday kind of thing. We'll see. Or a 6-month. Hey, happy 6-month birthday. Here you go. I have one more weird project to show you that isn't really a project yet, but it will be eventually. Okay, this is my basket of weird bits and bobs. As a crocheter, especially if you freehand a lot, you will try out a stitch in a swatch. For instance, I think I have my first ever knitting swatch in here. Oh, I do have my first knitting swatch. This is the first ever thing that I knitted. My first ever knitting swatch. So I have that in here. You'll try out a new stitch. You'll try out a new color of yarn. Maybe you make a mistake and you're like, it's gonna literally, this is a granny square, or this is a small square. It's gonna be easier to just make another than to frog this. You put it away. You accumulate random bits and bobs and doohickers and thingy-doos and ears if you make a amigurumi and you fail. And so I decided I'm just gonna start collecting them, and one day, eventually, it will all get sewn into a blanket. You try out color work and you make it so that you literally can't even tell what this is supposed to say. It's great. And eventually all of this will get made into a blanket. But a blanket or a sweater, probably a blanket, definitely a blanket. That day is no time soon. But I was like, let me just show you guys and kind of put you onto an idea. Collect your random bits and bobs, and one day when you have infinite amounts of time, you might make a blanket. We'll see. So I actually am. You get to see me add something to this right now. I'm gonna add this little random turtle thing to the pile. And with that, I think we're done. So how many WIPs did we end up having? 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna now count this in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8 is our number of current WIPs. So Merry Christmas. Go make. Maybe I've given you some ideas. Maybe I haven't. Have fun. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And I'll be back with the next one. I love you. Bye.